Today, guys, we are working in the construction business. We first build out a bunch of new vehicles we need to complete today's job. We've got to repair a broken water line. The old one's already been dug up, but we are going to replace it with a brand new one today with a new excavator, and we got to customize a truck. So let's get to work, guys, and it's going to be a ton of fun. So this is today's work truck. We got a Ford F350. We got some pretty cool wheels on this thing. As you can see, we can spice it up to the mud tires, but I kind of like the mud graps. These things are pretty nice, so we're going to leave these on. And then the exhaust, we're going to go with this option right there. Looks pretty good. And then bed setup. So we can put some wheels on the back. I know we can add, oh my gosh, we got a bunch of different stuff. Looks like a welder, some sort of generator. We're going to add it since it's going to be our work truck. We're going to add a trailer hitch on the back. And then we get some other options to run through, such as door handles. We're going to color match that. Valance guard, antennas. We're going to add a couple of those. And then the color option, we're going to do this mocha color. This actually looks pretty sweet. We got the two-tone black stripe right there on the back as well. Looking good. Look at the trailer hitch, all gold. So this thing's ready to roll, guys. Let's go ahead and buy this thing. 98,000. There's our work truck for the day. So now we need a trailer, and I think I got the perfect one. This is the Diamond C dump trailer. So this thing should hold a pretty good amount of capacity. So we're going to upgrade the wheels a little bit. As you can see, we got the off-road tread, and then we're going to add an extension of a 32-inch, just like that. So there you go. So you get the back doors that open up. I think it hydraulically tilts for unloading, so that works out pretty good. We're going to go ahead and just black it out. Usually keeps it clean for the construction site. We can keep the rims chrome. I think that looks good. So this is a good setup, but we need to keep it clean. So 15,000, nice trailer, a little more expensive than we want to spend, but this will be good. And as you can tell, we're not running on a budget. Next thing we need is a little utility trailer. This thing's going to use to transport our little mini excavator we're going to buy. We need something to put it on and tow with our truck, so we're making 2 trips back and forth. Speaking of mini excavator, we get the KCX35B. Look at this thing. So it is actually pretty nice. I mean, the tracks and everything are brand new. The whole machine, it's got 4,100 liter. Wait, what? That's a lot of fuel capacity. I think that means the bucket has that capacity. We're going to go with the short extension, and then we don't need the thumb on this one, so we'll leave it like that. Looks good. 23,000, and then we're moving on to the bucket. So let's go that normal attach. All right, we got all the vehicles we need. We're going to get hooked up here. First things first, we're going to go ahead and bring over the dump trailer. That needs to be stationed over there so we can load the dirt into while we, put the new water line in. As you can see, we got multi-attachment pipes here, so we're going to place probably about 6 of those down. As you can see, we got 6 there. We get some construction cones we are required by law to place down on the roads next to us in case the water goes spraying everywhere. Yeah, I know it's a crazy precaution, but we do need to have those signs just for people not to go by a construction zone. You never know what could happen. So, all right, let's get hooked up to the Diamond C first things first. This truck is nice, guys. I'm actually pretty excited to have this truck. We've never done like a mocha color, but this is going to be good for construction sites because you guys know it gets muddy, there's dirt and all that stuff. So we're going to head down this road. This is going to lead us to the courthouse. That's where the water line exploded last week when they were in a hearing, and yeah, then we have to go fix it. So some other company came back, took out the old one and disposed of it, but our job is to put the new one in. We are the, I guess, engineers of the project, you could say. So we're going to back this trailer in. It is tricky to get to the back of the building. This is the only way in and out, so we got to make sure we don't take anything with us as we're backing up here. Oh, jeez, this is going to be tight. Look at that. Oh my gosh, here we go. Straight back, straight back. Looks good. Oh, we hit the generator. Don't worry, we just barely missed it. Okay, now we can be able to drive to the back. We should have enough clearance. Yep, right through here. All right, truck's good. Look at that. All right, we've made it to the back. So this is the construction zone right here. Look at that. Lots of like dirt, I would say, kind of laying around. They didn't do a good job patching it back up, but that's okay. They knew we were going to come and put a new one in as soon as possible. So how it works is we've probably got, like I said, about 6 pipes that are going to connect to the main of the building, and then obviously it comes from the city right there. So it exploded somewhere in the middle. We got to dig this back up. They had to put this here just so the dirt had somewhere to go and it wasn't all messy all over the yard. So they put it back there. We're going to dig it back up, put the pipes in, and then we're going to layer it back over with some dirt. But in the meantime, we'll just set it in the dump trailer while we're excavating. So, all right, we've made it here. Let's go ahead and detach from this. All right, dump trailer's detached. We're going to head back to that load up point. We're going to grab the excavator and then all those cones we're going to need. So this should work out good. I'm actually excited. This is the first like construction job we've done in the game and something we've been able to do. We haven't been able to dig up anything. There's no terraform or anything. So this is the first construction job we've done, but it's pretty fun. Let's head back and get the rest of the stuff loaded up. And I do have to say, guys, if you want to see us do the next construction video, help me out. Let's hit 1,000 likes and we'll do another one. All right, we get the trailer here. Let's go ahead, drop the ramps. I think this should be good. Oh, look at that. We got like side ramps. That's actually pretty sweet. I don't think that'll work for a mini excavator though. It's got to be a little bit more level like that, but okay, I think we're ready to roll here. Let's get hooked up to the case and the bucket. This bucket is tiny. We can probably just drag it over here. There we go. We got a little plow on the the front too. So we might be able to move some dirt with that. Might make the job go by a little faster. But there you go. See, it's a tiny bucket. It's got a pretty good capacity though. I think we're going to probably have to use this about 12 times we calculated with the dirt the last company had to come in and fix. And then we'll have to put the pipe in and then throw about another 12 loads of buckets back to fix the groundwork there. So, all right, let's load this thing up. There we go. This is a perfect fit trailer. Look at that. Couldn't get any better than that. All right, there we go. And then we're going to set this down somewhere like here. You know what? We could leave this like that, right? And then we're going to strap it down there and there. And then all the cones are going to go on the front. We still got a good amount of cones to bring with us. We do not need all of these. We need about 2 of these road closed signs on either side. So we'll bring these with us for sure. All right, first one's on. Let's grab the second one. We don't really need this one, so we'll drag that over there. Maybe a couple of those cones. Yeah, that should do it. That is what construction is all about. Multitasking. We've got everything loaded up on this thing. All of the pipes. We got the road cones and everything. So let's go ahead and get the ramps up. We'll get heading on out of here. First things first is the back, and then the side looks good. All right, we're ready to move, guys. Good thing we're not going far, too, because I don't think we are road legal right now. We got so much weight on the back. I mean, look at this. The truck. Oh, gosh, there goes one of them. That's all right. We can just walk down the street to grab it, but we're loaded down pretty crazy here. So let's get over to the courthouse, and we'll get everything ready to roll here for our first, I guess you could say, excavation job in FS25. All right, so since we said we need to have these on the end of the street, we're going to block it off. So road is closed. We've got our construction information right there, so that looks good. And then the second one will go right on the other side. We're able to keep the truck out here, which is nice. We already got the dump trailer in the back. So we're going to place this one down right here, as you can see. And then I do want to put a couple of these cones somewhere. I think we're going to probably put them on either side right here so we don't have cars trying to sneak in between. You never know. Sometimes people are crazy. So we're going to put one right there and then the second one right next to it. Oh, gosh. All right, that looks great. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get these unloaded. We're just going to set them on the trailer for now. We'll come back for them, but we don't really need these for phase 1 of the project. As I said, we're digging up the dirt first and then we'll put them down. So we're going to leave these on the trailer. We're just going to reposition them for easy unloading. So there we go. And then one of them rolled into the street. So let's get this set back on and then we'll get the Mini X unloaded and get heading over to our dig site. All right, fire up the case, boys. This thing is nice. I do like mini excavators. They're always fun to work with and they're not too complicated. You know, they're simple. It gets the job done and they're also pretty heavy duty. You know, you don't hire one of these or rent one unless, you know, it's going to get the job done. So obviously this case should be able to handle it. There's a porta-john right there. I know the construction crew left some of their old equipment. They had a whole generator here because they had to drill out the old pipe and all that. And then they had a little, looks like container full of some equipment. So I don't know. We got our trailer of stuff and we'll stay in our lane. But all right, I think we are ready to start the excavation process. We're going to go ahead, unfold this, and we're going to start. Really doesn't matter. I think if we start maybe on the end by this green spot, we'll be able to get a good part to rotate over to the trailer here. So one thing is you got to keep in mind, you got to keep this thing level. So what we do is we go ahead and set this down. Let's see. There we go. That'll keep the front end kind of balanced as we're working the excavator here. So all right, I think we are good to start. Oh, look at that. That is nice. Okay, hold on. That actually got a pretty good amount of dirt, and then obviously swing over. Look at that. This works out good. Let's see how it looks in first person. That is epic. I don't think I've ever seen something like this yet. All right, so there we go. First load is good, and we don't have to put all of it in the trailer. As you guys can see, we've got some dirt space we can put here, but we don't want to ruin the rest of the lawn. That's why we couldn't put all of the dirt around it. We can only put it around it because we don't want to have to replant the entire backyard of the courthouse. So all right, let's go ahead and scoop it up. There we go. That's our second load. Swing it on over. Look at this. All right, we're getting to work. This trailer is like almost full. I don't know what the capacity is, but I think it's probably like maybe 6 or 7 of these loads, which I feel like it should be more, but that's all right. Like I said, we got about 10 scoops and then this place will be empty. We'll be able to put the pipes down. Oh, look at that. Okay, there we go. We are getting to the bottom just about. Oh, hold on. All right, guys, I'm going to get to work here, and as soon as we're getting pretty much close to done, we'll check back in with you. As you can see, like I said, we got probably about 6 or 7 scoops more with the Mini X, and then we'll start getting the pipes down and we'll backfill it. All right, we should be just about good, guys. We're getting towards the end. As you can see, I think we've got a clear line to run the new water line, so that looks good straight to the building. I think we might want to get one more spot, but the trailer's full and we started setting some over there, so not too bad. It actually kind of thinned out a little bit more towards this side. It's kind of deeper by this box. As you can see, that's kind of where the main goes to the street, so we had to make sure that that was all cleared out. But now we're going to do one last bit. I think it's this spot right down here. There we go. All right, now we should be all clear. As you can see, we got our mapping route for the new water line, so let's go ahead. We're going to set this down. We're able to kind of just set the pipes in. They screw into place and then connects up to the box here. All right, so check this out. We brought the pipes along the back side here. Now we're going to go ahead and load them to the ground. Check it out. Look at that. Super simple. It's like building Legos here. There we go. We got about 2 more. Perfect. This lines up just about good. We don't have any problems with dirt interfering. As you can see, we got it all cleared out. And the last one. one right here connected up to the main, to the street. All right, the new water line is installed. Now the fun part. We're going to hook up the truck again, and all we got to do is dump the trailer of dirt back over here, and the job is done. There we go. All right, the job is almost done. Here we go. Let's back up, guys. This is the most important part to make sure all the dirt gets filled back in. All right, hold on, straight back. Look at that. All right, right around the side of it. Perfect. It's a little bit of a weird job, but as you can see, it's getting it done. You just got to make sure you line it up, and then we'll kind of spread it out back with the excavator. But guys, as you can see, we have almost completed. So we're going to get this kind of fixed up. Oh no, it's still unloading. Well, we'll use a Mini X for that. But guys, I hope you enjoyed today's construction video. Like I said, if you want to see us come back and do more stuff like this, help me out by dropping a thumbs up on this video and subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.